overcharged, not even charged, but just over arrested. And I'm talking about the recent arrest of 18 Pirus from the west side of Compton. Most of them are from Campanella. I don't know where everybody's from, but you know, when these things happen, that usually people ain't all from the same set. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there might be a couple Fruit Towns in this list. There might be a couple of West Sides, but 18 people were just recently arrested. And I was able to get a list of 16 of the people that were actually arrested. Two have not been named. Let me read a little bit of this press release so we can hear how serious this is, right? And then we're going to show you how not serious it was. But it says here, early Thursday morning, LA County Sheriff's Departments led a large-scale multi-action search warrant operation stemming from an investigation into the murder of a 46-year-old Aaron Hammer that occurred on August 26, 2025. I had told you about this homicide before, and you really weren't tapped in with it.
Huh? I was tapped in with it?
No, well, you said that nobody knows about this homicide because...
No. You thought it was good. You said why it wasn't talked about more.
Yeah.
But he not the catch. It's who he killed who he unalived was the catch. They know more about the case than the person.
Well, he was
so to talk about him would be pointless.
Well, he was well known
in the Crip community.
Yeah, at the time, because he did some time. He just got out of prison doing about 20 years.
But I was saying he as a person not worth covering. Like nobody cared about him. You know what I'm saying?
Well, maybe because they don't know, but if people did a dive,
I know about it the morning it happened.
On Aaron Hammer,
the next morning.
Aaron Hammer is the one that killed Serena and Venus Williams' sister.
Right.
Back in the day, I think that was early 2000s, in a shooting that he was trying to shoot somebody else that was in the same car with Yatunda Price. And then Yatunda Price is the victim that the game shouted out one of his songs, Yatunda Price. Mm-hmm. So eventually he was I think he's the only one that was convicted. No, I think it was two people convicted, and he was one of them. And then I think he stands out because he's a white boy from South Side Compton Crip. That's Aaron Hammer.
Right.
Okay, so this is an investigation that started with his homicide in August, which occurred on the 1300 block of South Long Beach Boulevard in Compton. During that same incident, deputies pursuing the armed suspects came under fire, resulting in the attempted murder of one of the deputies. So that's what kind of made it stand out. Aaron Hammer got shot. The deputies were in the area, and they chased down the car that did it. And that, according to this press release, resulted in a shootout with the deputies.
Right.
We don't know how true that is, but if it is, they should have cameras, dash cam and body cam cameras should show this. The operation also stemmed from an ongoing investigation by the FBI, San Gabriel Valley Safe Streets Task Force, which comprised of federal agents and members of the LA County Sheriff's Department in a criminal gang activities operating in and around Compton area. All right, so this is a longer press release, but you get the idea that a bunch of dudes from Compton was wanted, right? Mm-hmm. So they arrested 18 dudes. 16 of them are listed here by name. The first person named is Justin Lawson. He was arrested on October 9th, and he was released. DA reject. Straight up DA reject. That's what it says on the sheriff's website. He got a DA reject. Second person, Rashad Daniels. He was booked, released on the same day. He was just booked and released, not even charged. The third person, Edward Padilla, released per 849B1, which means insufficient evidence to file a criminal complaint. So the first three, they're already case dismissed. Number 4, Alan Jones, released per 849B1, which means insufficient evidence to charge. So he's released. He was released on the 13th. Mitrell Patterson, 35 years old. He was arrested for narcotics violation, released per 849B1. Insufficient evidence. Brandon Johnson, arrested. He was released on the same day, and it just says with a citation. He got a citation.
Cited him out from the station.
Yeah. Victor White, there's a Victor White Jr. and Victor White Sr. Senior released per 849B1, insufficient evidence, and Jr. was booked and released on the same day. I believe this was the 9th. So both Junior and Senior are released, and I can go through all of this. I'm just going to say this. Everyone has been released either through a DA reject, an OR, or insufficient evidence, except for one person. He got no bail, but he hasn't went to court yet. Another person is a question mark. It doesn't give any information. And a third person he's still in custody, but has not been charged yet. So of these 16, pretty much most of them, if not all of them, either are already home or about to come home. It just doesn't make any sense. They made a big hurrah about arresting these 18 guys. Of these 16 here that are named, only one guy is still in custody with no bail.
And he about to be out soon.
He might be out because he hasn't went to court.
Right.
Everyone had a different court date. Some people went to court on the 13th, 14th, or 15th. Everyone who went to court on the 13th has been released. Has been released. And the 16th person mentioned on here got a DA reject. So it's unclear with like 2 people. But we could update this next week. I'm going to go out on a limb and say all 16 of these people, I'm going to say 15 of these 16 people are probably going to be home and no charges ever filed.
Yeah, wasting time and resources.
I just don't understand it. This is one of the most bizarre gang sweeps I've ever seen, where 90% of the people you've arrested are released.
More than 90.
I guess let's say 18 arrested and already confirmed of these 16, 13 are already home. 13 are already home. 3, it's unclear. And the other 2, I don't know who they are. They didn't name it. It says here that 2 additional suspects were arrested on unrelated charges to this investigation, totaling 18 arrests. They did post photos of all the stuff they uncovered, a bunch of guns, bags of weed. It says here 23 firearms. They call it here fire suppressors, but I was surprised. I saw 2 silencers in these photos. 2 silencers. They call them firearm suppressors. High capacity firearm magazines, along with a significant quantity of suspected methamphetamine, cocaine, fentanyl, marijuana, and other narcotics for the purpose of sales and multiple locations. A large sum of currency was also seized. I mean,
I call cap.
These are, I know. I was going to say these are serious offenses. If you got caught with all of this stuff, why is everybody released? Everybody.
Right. I call cap.
What do you mean? How far are you saying is the cap? The photos or that 18 people are involved in this operation? Somebody had to do, maybe 1 or 2 people, maybe 3 at the most. And I thought this was an investigation into the killing of White Boy.
And that's probably why they had to get DA rejects, because you got a warrant for one thing, you come across others, then that ain't what the warrant was for.
But let me also say this to everybody that's listening. They can refile at any time. You know, they could refile. Yeah, they could refile, but to have everyone released or most of the people released, 90% of the people released within 4 days of being arrested is unusual. I haven't been able to wrap my head around it.
Yeah, I think it's weak, and they didn't have a real reason to come and bother these people. Came across other stuff that was unrelated to what they supposed to search for, and look, now you got to let them go.
But I did notice a couple of ORs, and that's because of the 2023 bail reform laws that went into effect, which I believe you were able to take advantage of that in a recent case.
Right.
And we see some ORs right here with this Campanella Park Pirus case. I'm not surprised, but I'm sure a lot of people are going to start making up rumors of people telling and
No, they're not.
all that BS.
No, not on this.
I'm talking about like some of the internet personalities that want to create content
Oh yeah. We already had one. I don't want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had one already. Throwing us low.
Are you aware of how many people were in that car when they got arrested after the alleged white boy situation?
3.
Okay, so that's all I see. If they're investigating that, then that should just be 3 arrests.
All right.
But they got 18 arrests here. They got photos of all kind of dope and drugs, but they let everybody out. It says here, this operation underscores the sheriff's department's ongoing and resolute efforts to dismantle violent street gangs, disrupt organized criminal enterprises, and remove dangerous individuals from our neighborhoods. But you released everybody. You released everybody. So,
Yeah, they ain't really had nothing.
yeah. I think these types of operations, we need to really highlight how sometimes law enforcement is a little over aggressive and
Over exaggerate things.
yeah, a little overzealous. And once the DA probably was looking at this, they didn't see clear cases. I mean, how many DA rejects we got here? At least 2 or 3 DA rejects. I guess anything that says 849B1, that's considered a DA reject.
Yeah, it's lack of evidence.
Yeah. So quite a few DA rejects, quite a few book and released, quite a few ORs, and maybe 1 or 2 people in custody. And that's it.